Alrighty guys, so welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today what I just wanted to go over, before Kefla comes out, is going to be Kefla's banner. So as you can see here, we're just going to go over the rates. So there's a total of 214 cards in the banner that are featured, well not featured, but SSRs in general. The total rate of pulling one of them is 10%, while the featured there are 7, so it's actually not that bad of a banner. There's only 7 featured units, which is really nice, and you have a 5% chance of pulling them. So, again, with these 7 featured units, you usually have, a decent chance of getting the units. So, again, I just wanted to talk over, the banner in general, and give my input and advice, especially if you're a newer player to the game who thinks, oh, why don't I summon for Kefla? Now, I just want to say this really quickly, and it's just going to be simple. Do not summon for Kefla. It is not worth your stones, and there are better units than her, as well as better units to come. For example, the Ultimate Gohan that came out is by miles ahead better than Kefla, for sure. It's not even close. He's so much more better than Kefla. Now, is Kefla a bad unit? No, she is not. By no means am I saying that she's bad. In fact, she's a very good unit. In fact, I think she's a little underrated. But do I think you should summon for her? No. No. But if you're a die-hard Kefla fan, like Kefla's, the GOAT for you. She's better than Vegeta, Gogeta. She's just your favorite character in the entire, series of Dragon Ball, including Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z and then Super. Then sure, go nuts. If you're gonna have more fun with Kefla, like using her, playing around with her, in game, than you are with, say, I don't know, maybe future download celebration units. Could be, maybe you're gonna have more fun with this Kefla than, say, a new Vegeta that they release. Then sure, go for it. If it's your favorite character, I always say summon for it. But personally for me, I'm not gonna summon, like I said before. And if you're free to play, don't summon. Okay, the download celebration is gonna come after Kefla's banner, so that's where you want to spend your stones, because essentially the download celebration is like the anniversary. But it's celebrated by both the JP side of the game as well as the global side of the game. So, again, I just wanted to talk about her banner. And if you do summon, again, I don't recommend it. But like I said before, if you're a diehard fan and you do, or, you just don't take anyone's advice and you do decide to summon, I'm just going to go over the banner in general as well as the featured SSR units. And, it's going to add to my case on why you shouldn't summon. So, first of all, you got Hit. Now, Hit is a unit that's not really on a whole lot of banners. In fact, it took him a whole year to come back on global. But Hit's not very good anymore, and the reason for that is if we look at his details. So this is his Dokkan Awaken form. What I showed you here is his SSR form. So when you Dokkan Awaken Hit, Hit leads Universe 6 with 3 key 170% to stats, which is a really nice leader skill, I would say, but Kefla does also have that leader skill, so she kind of does replace Hit, in my opinion. Universal Survival Saga, 3 key 150% as well. His super attack is Cage of Time, causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun the enemy, which is a 30% chance to do it for 2 turns. Now his passive is Wipe Out the Target. Attacked enemies attack minus 20% and defense minus 80% for 2 turns. High chance, which is going to be a 40% chance to stun the attacked enemy for 1 turn. Okay. To stun the attacked enemy for 1 turn, attack plus 120% when performing a super attack plus an additional attack plus 80%, and attacks effective against all types when the target is stunned. So that is basically his whole passive once he's completely Dokkan Awakened. And the reason why people don't really like Hit is because, as you saw as I was reading it, he has absolutely no defense in his passive. He only has attack. No defense at all. Now, that is actually really hurting him because, yeah, sure, he has, many chances to stun in his passive, which is, very beneficial for you. But the issue is, if he doesn't get those stuns off, he's going to get hit and he's going to get destroyed. Because, nowadays, you have modes like, that's going to be coming out to Extreme Super Battle Road. Will this Hit be good in there? Yes, he will. But the only issue is, he has to get his stuns off. If he doesn't get his stuns off, he's not gonna be able to tank. In fact, he's gonna be getting destroyed, because in Extreme Super Battle Road, the enemies hit super duper hard. Like, they can blow you away in like one super attack. And if they super attack hit, he's done. He's just out because he has no defense. Now, that's actually the biggest issue people have with him. But people aren't entirely on the, you know, burn him, you know, get rid of him. Why? Because hit does do decent damage. Hit can hit very hard. Because, you know, he's got that 120% attack. And then he adds another 80% attack. So he basically has 200% attack. And then he's super effective against all types when the enemy is stunned. So, again, hit has the potential to do lots and lots of crazy damage. The only issue is, yes, he does monstrous damage, but guess what? He's gonna get hit super hard in return. So again, if you pull hit, I'm not one of those people that are just like, you know, hit is garbage, horrible, I hate him. He's not bad. He's just not gonna be as useful as other units are gonna be, like cooler. Like, why spend your stones on the Kefla banner and you know, not get Kefla, instead get this guy, when you can spend it on, let's say, maybe one of the download celebration banners, and, you know, let's say they release a Kid Buu and his banner has cooler. I would much rather spend my stones on a banner where I have a chance of actually pulling a better unit, like cooler, for example. So again, you know, hit, again, I don't want to make it seem like he's a horrible garbage unit, because he's not. But again, for difficult events, he's really not the best. And then AGL Android 13. Now, Android 13, in my opinion, he does get a lot of hate, and I do think it's unwarranted. I don't think he's as bad as people say he is. In fact, I'm actually personally a big fan of this Android 13. So, this Android 13 leads Target Goku or androids category 3 key, HP 130%, and attack and defense plus 170%. And with Android 13, I guess what the issue people have is because the androids category is super oversaturated in terms of leaders. So again, we're just going to quickly look at it, and if this would load, again, look how many leaders there are for the androids category. Like, you've got Android 13, you've got MVP 17, you've got the LR androids, and then you've got Android 21, and then you've got this free-to-play Android 21, and then you got this other free-to-play tech Android 17. Now, the reason why I say this is because this other category, the Target Goku, is essentially just another androids category. Because literally, again, I'm just going to click on it and I'll show you guys. See if this will load for me, please. Please load. There you go. Again, if we just take a quick look at Target Goku, just off the bat, look, there's Android, and then Android, like, this category is basically just another androids category. Like, most of the units here are like 17, 18s, Hellfighter 17. Like, most of this category is just made up of, you know, androids. So again, this category is not horrible. Again, like, some people are immediately drawn to Broly, Cell, I would say Mecha Freeze and King Cold, as well as Baby. Like, this category isn't horrible, but it essentially is just another androids category, because most of the units here are just android based. There are a couple Friezas and coolers, which again makes this category a lot better, but again, that's another reason why people, you know, kind of hate on Android 13, is because his categories kind of like overlap significantly. And hopefully my internet can pick it up, because it is starting to get a little bit annoying. But again, just going over Android 13, his super attack is Deadly Crash, causes immense damage, greatly lowers defense with a medium chance of stunning the enemy, which I think is going to be a 30% chance. It is a 30% chance of stunning the enemy. Now, his passive is Power of Animosity, 130% attack and defense, which already is going to be really beneficial. So like I said, this guy is not bad. Off the bat, he gets 130% attack and defense. So again, he's not horrible. Androids category allies 2 key HP attack and defense plus 30%. Attacks guaranteed to hit, so that's also really nice. So the enemy can't dodge him, and transforms when conditions are met. Now, this is actually the biggest issue that people have with him. Besides, you know, maybe his his leader skill, which kind of overlaps significantly, is the fact that he doesn't have an active skill transformation like Cooler. So again, as you can see here, his transformation condition is he transforms on the 5th turn from the start of battle. So again, it's an automatic transformation, so once you're on that 5th turn, you immediately transform. And again, I think that's what holds him back a lot, because if you could just act like, if it was an active skill and you could keep him in this form, he would basically be a mini Cooler, because he's given like his android category allies 2 key and attack and defense plus 30%, so he has a support type buff. He's got 130% attack and defense, so again, he's gonna have decent attack and defense, because if you look at his stats, he's got 12k defense, so he's gonna easily be over 100k. Attacks guaranteed to hit, so again, he won't miss super attacks. So again, like, this Android 13 is not horrible. The only issue is, once he transforms, people find him to be lackluster in this form, which is Fusion Android 13. Now in this form, he gets 3 key, 130%, so it doesn't change. He only just gets 3 more key. And then he gets an additional 13% attack and defense per target Goku category ally on the team. So again, if you run a full target Goku, you're going to get a substantial buff from this. And then his attacks guaranteed to hit and disable enemy's guard, performs a critical hit when facing an enemy who includes Goku. Now, this is actually a big part of why people don't like him, is because instead of making this just Goku, why not just make this, pure Saiyans, kind of like Cooler, because for Cooler, they could have just done the same, just made it if he's facing a Goku enemy, but again, they could have made him a lot better by making it pure Saiyans, because Cooler's is pure and hybrid Saiyans, even though, personally, I've actually never really seen the original 12 movies, but Cooler usually mostly just fights Goku and not actually, Gohan. But I think Gohan does try to Masenko him when he's flying on Icarus. But again, like, people find him to be a little lackluster in this form, Fusion Android 13. Personally, I have no problem with him. I think he's, decent. But again, Android 13, he does get a little bit, unwarranted hate in my opinion, but he's not horrible. So if you pull him, in fact, he's actually one of the better units you can pull from that banner. If you do decide to summon, which again, I do, say don't summon. It's better if you wait for the download celebration. So again, these two units are not horrible, but they do have their downsides, which kind of do decrease their value. Now, Ink Goku Black. Now, Ink Goku Black is personally a favorite unit of mine, just because he is a transforming Goku Black that turns into Rose, which I think should be obvious by now is kind of like my favorite form in Dragon Ball. So, the reason why he's actually still viable is because he's the only, like, really good time travelers category leader. The only other one is LR Trunks and Mai, but they're only 130%. He's 150%, but I do suspect in the future he is going to be replaced by a better leader. Again, the issue with him is defense, and I know people are immediately drawn to this greatly raised defense, but again, he has no defense in his passive, so that really does hurt him. And again, his transformation condition is pretty rough. You have to be above 80% HP starting from the 6th turn. So you're really not going to be seeing Rose all that much. And again, you have to be over 80%. And if you're in like the Legendary Goku event, that can be a little difficult. But again, you're probably only going to be seeing, base Goku Black in Dokkan events. You're not going to be seeing him probably like at all, unless you're in like the Legendary Goku event, like I said. So again, his passive is Strength of a God and a Saiyan, attack plus 40% at the start of each turn up to 120%, chance of performing a critical hit plus 5% with each attack received up to 40%, transform when conditions are met. So again, he's not horrible in his base form, but the issue is he does need time to build up. He needs to wait 3 turns to get his total 120% attack, and then he needs to get hit 8 times in order to build up that chance to crit. But the issue with that is he has no defense, so he is kind of gonna get hit really hard. But once he gets into Rose, I think he is so much more better, because he greatly raises defense. So again, he's an infinite stacker in this form, so for long events he's going to be really, really good. And in this form, he gets attack plus 150%. Again, no defense, which does kill him, even though he is greatly raising. He does not have defense. And chance of performing a critical hit plus 50%. Extreme class allies 3 key. So again, another issue with him, in my opinion, is there's not a whole lot in his passive. If they gave him 150% attack and defense, this guy would be a god. Like even if they just did this as well, attack and defense plus 40% at the start of each turn up to 120%, he would be so much more better than he is now, because they didn't give him any defense in his passive. And you know, the chance to perform a critical hit plus 50% is nice, but you know, you could have really bad RNG luck and just not get it ever. And again, they could have made him so much more better if he gave attack and defense as well, like Cooler. Like, they could have made it extreme class 3 key attack and defense plus 20%. Like, it doesn't have to be a super big buff. But again, you know, this Goku Black is not horrible. Again, he's not garbage, but there are things that he is missing, like defense, for example, just like hit. So then the last 2 units are going to be Android 17 and Turles. Now I want to talk about Turles first. Now Turles is another unit just like Hit, where he does not appear that often over here on Global. He did appear on the Zamasu banner, and then I think that's it, and then he's going to be returning now on this banner. Now Turles, in my opinion, is easily one of the best support types in the game. You know, like 3 key, 40% attack, it's pretty good. And then he lowers super class enemies by 15%. You know, it's not horrible, but just like Hit and Goku Black, is he has no defense in his passive. So again, he has a decent, what's it called? He has decent stats with 11k defense, but he's not getting anything from his passive for defense. And again, he only has a 25% chance to activate the Fruit of the Tree of the Might boost. And you know, once he gets into this form, he's really good. Like, he actually outputs some really decent damage because he's getting 130% attack and defense. And also, he recovers 15% HP, so again, he also heals you. And I feel like this should have been better. He only lowers the superclass enemy's defense minus 80%. They should have made that probably like the STR Omega Shenron, made it minus 40% attack and defense, because if they did that, then you know, this guy would be a killer in Super Battle Road. But again, the issue with him is, you know, you're probably never really going to see that boosted form because it's a 25% chance to transform. But I mean, other than that, you know, he's super good. I managed to rainbow him on the Zamasu banner from last week's Golden Week celebration, so you know, I got lucky. But again, if you pull Turles is going to be a great support type unit that, you know, you can have. So again, he's not horrible, but again, he does need to be protected because he does not have defense. Now, physical Android 17, or as people would like to call him, MVP 17. Why? Because honestly, in my opinion, he is easily one of the most well-balanced units in the game. So just like Android 13, he leads Android's category 3 key, HP and attack 170%, and defense 130%. His super attack Grand Explosion causes immense damage and lowers attack and defense. His passive skill Cutthroat Survival Strategy, attack plus 120% when performing a super attack. All allies 3 key, defense plus 60%. So again, he is a support type unit as well, where he gives defense, which is really nice. Reduces damage received by 40% when at HP 77% or below. So again, he's going to be good for long events because again, he does have damage reduction when you are under 77%, which is going to be good if you're low on HP and in a difficult event. Sorry guys, English. He's going to be able to tank, you know, pretty well with that 40% damage reduction, and that he's got like 10k attack, not attack, but defense in his stat. But again, you know, those are the units that are on Kefla'S banner. I know this may have been a little longer than I probably wanted, but again, if you do summon, this is what you're getting. The best units I would say that you can pull is obviously Kefla and Vados, which I think Vados is extremely good. Easily super one of the best support types in the game, because she has dodge, she has defense, and she boosts like 4 categories. And then Kefla obviously is super good, but the best unit you could probably... Ooh, what happened? That you can pull from the banner... Oh, let me see. There you go. Is probably going to be Android 13 and MVP 17. and Turles. They're probably the 3. If you don't get them and then you pull these guys, you know, you're not gonna get like horrible units. Goku Black and Hit, like I said before, aren't bad. They are just lacking something that really puts them up on a really high tier. So again, guys, my advice to you is don't summon, but like I said before, if you're a diehard Kefla fan, sure, go for it. And if you do get, you know, any of these units, just remember 13, 17, and Turles are probably the best that you can get if you don't get Kefla and Vados. So again, guys, that's just going to be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.